going to do this for 10 each side. Movements such as these, I feel like, helps build rhythm and flow into the body. Squat, switch hands, figure 8 snatch, then overhead deep knee bend squat, and repeat. Lost that one. At the playground today, pretty much have my regular stuff with me, the kettlebell, the cable, and my steel maces. Yeah, so no theme for the workout as of yet. Starting off with a back and shoulder dominant superset though, so let's do that. I'll probably want to throw in some legs too, since yesterday I only did like steel mace and kettlebell juggling. So yeah, there's going to be at least a little bit of legs later, but I'm starting off with a shoulder and back dominant superset. So for the first set of exercises, starting off with a single arm cable row. The reason I like to start off with this movement is while doing this movement I keep my knee bent like in a pigeon stretch almost, and I find that it helps stretch out the hips, and also it stretches out the whole back, and I really like getting my back stretched out before a workout or the first thing of any workout, just because it makes everything feel quite nice. So mostly when I go to the gym, one of my first warm-up exercises is like a lat pull down or similar exercise, and so doing this kind of helps stretch out the lats. And the reason I do the single arm lat pull downs at the gym as my first exercise usually is to stretch out the back. So I get a very similar stretching sensation while doing this like I get with the single arm lat pull downs at the gym while I'm warming up. So yeah, I don't know if you notice a lot of my videos in which I bring the cable, I usually start off with some sort of cable row, just because it helps stretch out the hips and the back, which makes my body feel good. I feel like I was mumbling while making that point, like it didn't come out as clear as I wanted it to come out. Then with the kettlebell, I'm going to do a shoulder based complex. So I'm going to start off with a snatch, then 5 shoulder presses, then going to switch hands and repeat. Then I'm going to do a clean and press for 5. And switch. And then for the final movement, I'm going to do single arm 360s with my 15-pound mace for 10 each side. This was my 4th set. I'm going to do one more and then on to something else. So for the next set of exercises, doing a single arm cable chest press. So I'm going to stay I'm going to walk out till I feel the tension on the cable and opt to stand in a staggered position. Then I'm going to do full range of motion with the shoulder and chest and press. Really slowing down the -2. I'm going to go for 10. When I'm doing these presses, I'm visualizing like the striations or every muscle fiber in my chest kind of stretch and contract. Having that visualization in my head seems to help with the mind muscle contraction, and slowing the movement down and going through full range of motion helps too. Then for the second movement, I'm doing a swing squat. Well, let me do it or say it as I'm doing it. So a swing squat, switch hands, figure 8 snatch, then overhead deep knee bend squat, and repeat. Lost balance there. Going to repeat it 3 times on each side. Then, with my 25-pound steel mace, I'm going to do 10 360s on each side. Not trying to go too fast, trying to focus more on the trajectory. And form. So yeah, going to do these 3 movements for 5 sets and then on to the next thing. For the next set of movements, starting off with a kettlebell or steel mace flow pattern that I've been doing quite a bit of recently. So starting off with a single hand 360, catching with the other hand and going back into it. I'm going to do this for 10 each side. Movements such as these, I feel like, helps build rhythm and flow into the body. So with quite a bit of sports or athletic moves, the key kind of is to be able to stay loose but then tighten up at the right time and to be able to move with the flow of things. So for example, when punching, people say you have to stay loose and then tighten up the arms right as you're about to make contact with the person's face or whatever you're punching. Or even, now I'm not so sure about this, but I would imagine with like doing certain kind of gymnastics moves and stuff where you have to flip or whatever, you kind of have to be able to move with the momentum for a little bit, like I guess spread your body up wide or close depending on how many rotations you want to get or something like that. When it comes to a somersault or backflip, I'm not saying that the steel mace directly contributes to that or anything, but what I'm trying to say is the concept of loosening and tightening up and going with the flow of things is something that seems to show up in quite a bit of sports or athletic moves. And by doing these steel mace flow patterns where I'm loose, then tight, then loose, then tight, and being able to move with the rhythm of things, it feels like I'm kind of working that system where I am like if I stayed too rigid during this move, I wouldn't be able to flow with the weight and momentum of the mace. But by kind of like having to follow that rhythm, I'm able to execute the movement pattern correctly in a rhythmic way, and it feels like doing this would kind of work that system that's involved in, like, I guess, coordination, spatial awareness, being able to move with rhythm, etc. Then with the kettlebell, I'm going to do a clean to lunge press and switch sides. I'm going to do this for 5 each side. Another place where that concept of rhythm comes into place is like dance and stuff like that. And I don't know, when I was smaller, I would watch, when I was a kid I guess, I would watch Dancing with the Stars, and a lot of like the dancers would be like super athletic and ripped, and I would imagine they were pretty athletic outside of dance as well. Same could be said for not just those kinds of dancers, but like break dancers and stuff too. So yeah, I think there's something to be said for that. Finishing off with a calisthenic move where I'm going to do curled toes to bar and pull up. So toe to bar, pull up. I'm going to do that 5 times. That was my 3rd set. I'm gonna do 2 more sets of that, and then probably on to something else. So if you guys have been following along over the past couple of videos, I think maybe about 4 episodes ago, I finally got a hang of doing single arm 360s with my 25-pound mace. So as the final set of movements for today's workout, I wanted to do at least a few single arm 360s with my 25-pound mace. So I'm doing it in the form of alternating two-handed 360s to single 360s, and then I'm going to move into some ab movements as well. Chalking my hands up because the mace was slipping the past couple of sets when I was doing it. But yeah, looks like this. So alternating doubles 360 to single 360. So double, single, double, single. I'm going to do it for 5. I told I was going to do more legs, but except for that, those lunges and the swing squats, I don't think I did a whole lot of legs this exercise, or this workout, did I? Oh well, it is what it is. Sometimes it's best to just go with the flow. Yeah, those didn't feel too bad. Then for the second movement, doing wood choppers. So pretty much I picture like I'm playing baseball or something and hitting the ball. So trying to put my whole core into it and twist. And then finishing off with alternating knee raises. I hope I'm being recorded all right. So doing both hands, both legs out. Single, double, single, double. That's one. I'm gonna do that 10 times. Hey.
Hi.
Hey man. Thanks. This movement's really good to target the hip flexor and lower abs, and by leaving my legs outstretched at the bottom, I'm able to keep my hip flexors in a stretched position, which I believe helps lengthen the hip flexors a little, and also helps give the lower abs a good look. I definitely notice a difference in the way my abdomen looks when I do these exercises, and not over the past couple of weeks. I felt like I was starting to appear more bloated in the midsection, and so I'm making an effort to do more abs in these workouts and the upcoming ones. So yeah, that's going to be it for the final set of movements. I'll probably do a small juggling session after this. Alright, on to a short juggling session. Yeah, pretty good workout today so far. Got 850 calories burnt, and this juggling session will probably help me top it off to get 1,000 active calories burnt within the session. So let's just jump right into the sequence. I thought that was going pretty good. So far today, had one banana, some chocolates, which is unusual for me. So I had some of these Edward Mark chocolate coated coconut clusters, and they were absolutely delicious. Edward Mark makes like the best chocolate coated chocolates, or yeah, chocolate coated chocolate. Like they have this dark chocolate almond thingy, and so it was like an almond which was coated by like some sort of sweet coconutty thingy, and all of which was coconut or coated by chocolate, and that was delicious. And then whatever I had today was just coconut and chocolate, and that is super delicious too. I don't really have chocolate very often or at all, but there's a good reason for it, because I love chocolate, and if I do eat it, it's really hard to control myself. So as much as possible I try to stray away, but you know, every once in a while, or every once in a long while, I'll have some, and I have to make sure that I have to keep myself under control. And even that being said, I feel like I ate way too much than I was supposed to, but it is what it is. Gotta live a little, I would say. That was the fun, but I managed. Let's end it there. Whew, like that tab back on the left side, sunlight straight into my retina. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna drop it. But I was able to manage. Whew. And then after, so I had whole milk with tea, some coffee, those chocolates, a banana, then about a pound of ground beef, but like it was just like very fatty ground beef, so I didn't have any of the oil that rendered out of it, and like I dumped all of that, but I had it with some Gouda cheese and barbecue sauce, and then about 3 to 4 ounces of fried salmon. So yeah, had a decent amount of calories today already. Probably gonna go home and drink some tea again, just because tea is delicious, and have some sort of moderate quantity of a high protein, like a meaty, something meaty or something with eggs or something at night. Spun it too hard. So I'm just gonna show you guys something. Like, there is a move where people do this and then catch it behind the back, and that's something I want to learn. I've noticed that I haven't spent too much time recently in learning, and I should probably. You see, I can't do that yet, and I want to be able to do that. Let's try it again. Yeah, I'm still unable to estimate where. Another way people do it is, so they'll do, I think, something like, and then catch it. But again, I'm not good at estimating where that is. I'll have to watch how those other jugglers do that and then try to figure it out. I think once I'm able to figure that out, my sequences will look even better. Let's try that again. I wanted to do something. That was nice. I forgot about the sun being here. Damn it. But that initial multiple triple was pretty good, I would say. Alright. Last 2 sequences. Doesn't count. Getting too sloppy with that. Come on. Fatigue setting in. I'm not, whatever. Not bad. Whatever. I'm not going to. I noticed that I get myself too carried away with these things and then keep doing it when I'm tired. It puts me in a position for hurting myself. And I need to learn to stop. And so I'm stopping. So yeah, that's all for today's video. See you all tomorrow.